Hello, it is V, the rock and roll mystic. I hope you're all doing well. I am back for another video. I have decided that I wanted to poke fun at myself and also share with you the books that are in my library or my hopeful library, the books that I hope to read, the books that I'm partially reading. If you have ADHD, you know that sometimes if you're not a big reader, you might have like 20 or 30 books all piled up everywhere that you're like in different levels of reading. I kind of am that way, but that spans most of my adult life. I think in my house, with all the things that I like, I have I don't know, probably a good 30 books that I've started to read and I have bookmarks in, but I've never finished. So I am not a reader. Part of that is because when I read, I get through halfway through a paragraph and then I guess my brain goes off and does what it wants to do. I still think I'm reading, but then I realized, wait a minute, I have no idea what I just read. So I have to read that paragraph over and over and over again. And it gets a little tiring. But that being said, I still want to have a library. So I have been purchasing books and putting books on my Amazon wish list. And I have audiobooks, all different kinds, all different kinds. So I figured I'd share some of them with you. And I'm going to start with some of the witchy books that I have bought over the last so many months. And hopefully you can hear me okay. Let's just get housekeeping out of the way. I'm using a mic. The mic is really not close to me, but it's right over there. It's about a foot and a half, 2 feet away from me. So I hope my sound is okay. But that being said, let's get into it. So I have a couple different categories here that I want to share. And I have to admit, I am one of those people who, because I'm not a reader and because I don't buy books a lot, I did not know that some books were written by AI. So I'm going to fess up. I do have a Mari Silva book. I haven't really started reading it, especially because I found out it was AI generated after I bought it. So I haven't even really cracked the binding. I may read it just to see what it says. I mean, I did buy it, but I'm not going to take whatever is in it as gospel. And I'm going to know that that's just accumulated information done by a computer. So I'm not going to take that as very, I guess, as a good book. But I'm going to start with a couple books that I found. And I don't know if any of you guys have read these books. Let me know. Um, a lot of times I buy books that I'm looking at and they just feel different. So I look at them and see if they interest me and then I buy them. A lot of the books in here also I've purchased because of you guys. You guys have mentioned that they're really good. And a lot of my books on my Amazon list are books that you guys have recommended over the last couple of months. But I'm going to start with some of the books that I have chosen. So this one I got is called Spells for Living Well, a witch's guide for manifesting change, well-being, and wonder by Phyllis Currott. This one looked pretty interesting. So I haven't this is the first time I'm like flipping through it. I've had this book for a while, but I haven't really looked into it. But that's one. It says, have you ever wondered whether casting spells can change your life, or if you long to strengthen your skills and deepen the spirituality of your practice? This is the perfect guide to fill your life with the magic that makes all things possible. I don't know. It sounds interesting. So I got it. So Spells for Living Well. I just thought it was a little bit different than a lot of other witchcraft books. So that is one. I'm just gonna throw these books up here. Throwing. That's just me throwing a book. All right, the next book I've actually started reading. You can see, look, are you proud of me? I started. This book is called Scottish Witchcraft, a complete guide to authentic folklore, spells, and magical tools by Barbara. I'm not even going to try, I think, Michael John Free, the Highland Seer. Now, I am over 50% Scottish, and I've been trying to, trying to delve into this folk practice that I'm trying to create. I go to different things. Oh, there's my little thumbs up there. Hello, Zoom. Anyway, I'm over 50% Scottish. And as I've been looking through different books and seeing where I'm being pulled toward, I thought maybe Celtic lore and Celtic magic and, you know, British, because I do British, I mean, would be the way that I would be pulled. That hasn't really happened yet. So I'm not sure what that's about. But the one thing I am being pulled towards, which I still have to figure out, is Scottish witchcraft. And not necessarily Druid, which parts of the Druidry intrigue me. And I am a little interested in some of that tradition, but the picks actually feel a little bit more familiar. So that's ancient stuff. So I have to read that. I'm not sure if this is going to go into that, but at least it's a start to see if this is where I'm going to lean, because I don't really know. You can say you can go, you can say, everybody says to tap into the land that you're actually living on. And I've tried to do that. And there are parts of the land that really affect me around my area, but it's not a solid, this is where my ancestors come from, because my ancestors don't really come from New York. So I don't really have a traditional culture. And as far as I know, I'm the only person in my family that has gone down this path. So there's not a lot that I can pull from. So I'm trying to figure out where I fit. Now, I was also born in Africa. So I do get drawn a lot to African stuff, like Egyptian, maybe, because I was born in Ethiopia, which is close to Egyptian, but I can't find very much about Ethiopia. But I do know that when I was a baby, I was blessed into a tribe in the Asmara region. So there is a pull there, and I haven't been able to unravel that yet. I am attached to some of the Egyptian deities. Bastet, I don't really work with deities, as you've probably heard me mention in my other videos, but I do have a gratitude practice with Bastet, because Bastet brought me my cat, and she has been watching over all of my other cats that are in my house. Passed away cats. I'm one of those morbid people that collect the ashes of my animals and keep them with me. So I've about 12 or no, I have about 15 cats on my server in urns, and Bastet is in the center of that. So it's turning into an altar for Bastet, but I do have a gratitude practice with her. And because one of my main spirit guides is the yellow sac spider, I have recently been introduced to Neith or Nath. She's an older Egyptian deity that ruled over the lower delta Nile. So I'm learning about her. She is basically the spider goddess of the Nile. Um, so I'm looking into that. Don't know where that's going to go, but I'm trying. So that's where this is going. I'm trying to find where my ancestry, culture, traditions, where that I may be starting my own. I have no idea. So I'm just going to explore that. I also got, and this, I think Ivy the Occultist talked about it. I haven't cracked the binding yet, but I am interested because I tend to be lower magic folk. I don't really want to do ceremonial stuff. So I did get Folk Witchcraft, a guide to lore, land, and familiar spirits for the solitary practitioner, which sounds like me, from Roger F. Horn. And I'm interested in that. So I added this to my library. Now, some of these books I have used as reference books. So I have actually cracked the binding of them and looked into them. And this is one. I found this in a discount area of a book, I think in Burlington, Vermont. I found this and I have seen other people talk about it. And I have done a couple things in here. Um, and I do love candle magic. So if there's any magic that I do regularly, it's candle magic. And so I have this book. So I've been using this as a reference book. So I've added that to my library. I have this one I also found in Burlington in the discount. I've looked at it a little bit. It seems to be Wiccan in nature, but it does have a lot of recipes and stuff like that. And it does seem to have some information. And this is the Book of Practical Witchcraft, a compendium of spells, rituals, and occult knowledge. Why are you doing that, Zoom? Stop doing that. Anyway, that's from Pamela Ball. So I'm interested in looking into that. I have cracked this open. I started reading it, but then I didn't get very much far, but I will get there. I will get there. And this is The Beginner's Witch's Handbook by Leah, the Redheaded Witch. This was one of the first books I bought, and I'm excited to really get into it. It's such a beautifully laid out book. It's just beautiful. So I've added that to my library, and I'm looking forward to delving into this. And I have another one from the, if you write a book and I got the money, I'm probably gonna buy it, because I also have Annabelle's book, Herbal Magic. This I've actually looked at. I've looked at because I do uh, oils, and I want to do salves, and I just made my first tincture today. I will see how it is in 4 weeks. So, but I do have this, and I wanted to make sure this is such a beautiful book, and we all know who the Green Witch is. She's amazing. She's wonderful. She's beautiful, and I'm excited that this is in my library. So I have that, and then this is the one book that I've actually been reading. It's taking me a really long time though. But it's been on everybody's must read list, and that is Matt Oren's Psychic Witch. So I've actually, I'm right there. So you can see I've actually read some of it. I'm getting there. It's so far I really like it. So that is in I want to get his other book, the white one. I can't remember the title of it now, but the white one with the butterfly or the moth. I want to add that one too, because I really like his writing style. Um, and yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm in chapter 1. I've made it through the introduction, so I'm doing good. But this is in my library. Um, and we got another YouTuber, and I've actually gone through this and used this, and this is Ella Harrison's book. I love this book. Another beautifully done book. I've used this for some protection stuff. Um, and I love it. And I'm just so grateful that it's in my library. I love the artwork. I love everything about it. And of course, Ella, she's just amazing. So I'm excited to have her book as well. Like I said, if you have a book, it's really, really good, and I like it, I will buy it if I have the money. So I will get to all of you guys out there who have written books. Um, now this one is my newest book. And these are all basically the witchcraft books, folk magic books. I have another stack that I'm gonna go through, but this one I just bought today when I went to the seance that I do once a month. And I bought Scott Cunningham's complete book of incense oils and brews. I figured I'd start with this one. I do have the Llewellyn's Encyclopedia of Magical Oils, that big, like $30-$40 book. That's in my Amazon wish list. But I thought this would be really good to get me started, and it's not as expensive. And of course, it's Scott Cunningham. So it's my first Scott Cunningham book. I'm excited about that. Again, I'm not a Wiccan. And I think what he's Gardnerian. I'm still learning. But there's so many recipes in here for incense and oils, and I'm really excited to delve into that, because the one thing I found out today at the seance is I'm working on a project right now, and a part of that project is going to involve some Native American, I guess, information. And I'm at the seance, and I guess there was a Native American with me, and I don't have Native American in me. So this is someone who has reached out, and chosen to help me, with what I'm going to do. And it looks like he's here to help me with my project, and I'm getting more into, a little bit more proactive with my um herbal side, my green witch side. So I made my first calendula tincture today. Hopefully that will be ready in 4 to 6 weeks. um I'm going to be playing with oils, and I've thought about it, but I haven't really made a plan. But I am interested in incense, but I'm also interested in teas. Like, I've been adding things to the teas that I have. Like, I added calendula to my one tea for, I'm stepping into my crone years, so I'm having hot flashes and stuff like that. So I added a little calendula into my flashes tea that I got from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I'm excited to look at that. So this is my brand new one. And this will probably be a reference book that I'll just go into, and I'll probably get those tabby stickies and, mark the different recipes that I like. And then this is one that I've had for a long time, and I just started picking up. This is how ridiculous I am. I've had this book for 6 years, 7 years, because I thought, you know what, let me buy a book and start learning about how to build a medicinal garden. And so I needed to look for, I wanted a book about herbs. And I've never, this is before I even, folk magic was even in my periphery. And so I found this, and believe it or not, I found it on an ad on, thank you, Facebook. And I love it. It's been so helpful. If you guys see this lady, Nicole Appelian, she, sh her website is crazy, because it's a ClickFunnels website, and I hate ClickFunnels websites, but still, the information in this book is really, really good. And I have been using it lately for menopause. I've been using it for, I'm dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of nerve pain. I've dealt with gastritis recently, and I've gone into this book at least twice a week for the last 3 weeks, and it's been extremely helpful. So I'm excited to really dive in to this book as well. And I think you can only get this through that ad. She self publishes this, and it might be on Amazon, but I don't know if it is. But yeah, this book is awesome. It's being great. And then of course my before I knew any better, I have the Mari Silver Earth Magic. I'll give it a shot. I'm not going to take anything for anything, and I feel bad that I actually bought it because I didn't know any better, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Turn back the hands of time and not buy it? It's in my library. I just won't buy it anymore. All right. Now let's go into some things that are witch adjacent. I got this from I guess David Pond. I don't know. It's a series that I found at my local magic shop where I go to the seances. So astrology for beginners. And I've actually gone through and looked at different things. It has, you know, uh the different houses where the sign where the different zodiacs are. And it seems to be pretty thorough, but I do not know astrology. I want to learn the language, but I do not know. So this is in my library. I have looked at it because I do know my birth chart, or at least one of my birth charts. I did a birth chart with me where I was born, actually born. And then just recently I went to a psychic fair, and I had she's a predictive astrologer, and I really felt drawn to her. And she actually said, because I've been in America since I was 9 months old and pretty much around this tri-state area, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, that my chart has calibrated. So something I need to explore. But you know, what she was saying actually kind of made more sense than um it's almost like I think I have to use both charts to get a real full reading. Still learning about that. But now this is one. I have two books here that are animal based, and I haven't read this yet. I think I started. Yeah, I did start. I got to chapter 2. I've had this book for many years too. Um, if you watch my videos, you know that I work with animals. I'm an animal spirituality facilitator, which is basically a nicer way of calling myself a death doula. But it also, but being a spirituality facilitator also helps me to teach people about animals on a soul level, on a spiritual level, and how and why they're here, and what all the spiritual stuff that goes on with animals, which is very interesting. But I did get this book. Now I don't know much about it, but says simple, challenging real life experiences showing how animals communicate with each other and people who understand them. And I am also an animal translator, so I can translate what an animal is trying to say. Um, I've talked with horses and cats and dogs around the world. It's very interesting. I haven't done a lot of it lately, but I have been, I have done translating for people and their animals. And then I have this one. I bought this when I bought my animal Reiki book. because I'm also a Reiki master teacher. And one of the things that I would like to do at some point, I don't know when, is to start teaching Reiki classes, and then going into animal Reiki. I think that would be a real benefit to a lot of people. So what I also found, I think I may have found this uh, at Barnes and Nobles, and it's AccuCat. And it is a guide to feline acupressure. And I work with energies. I'm an energy facilitator, but this is definitely something that talks about meridians and stuff like that, which I am not familiar with. I'm pretty much chakra based, and energy fields. So this is interesting. So you got like stomach meridians, and I think this will be a good addition um to my animal work. Now, this book, I have no idea what this is about. It interests me in a lot of ways because I do tend to lean towards alchemy, and I consider myself an alchemist. So I got this Gaia Alchemy, the reuniting of science, psyche, and soul. I don't know why the finger. I'm not even putting my thumb up, but I guess when I hold the book up, it's got a. I have no idea. Zoom, you're drunk. Anyway, it's Gaia the Alchemy, the Reuniting Science, Psyche, and the Soul by Stephen Harding, PhD. Haven't cracked the binding on this, but I'm interested to look at it and see what it's all about. It seems to be very science-based, so it might take me a really long time to get through, but then again, it may interest me so much I get right through it. I have no idea. But yeah, so I added that. And this is my best friend's book. This is one of my best friend's book. Developing your psychic abilities. I would like to really work on building my own psychic gifts that I do have. Well, I don't say gifts, everybody's born with them, but my psychic abilities. So there's that. I also have a book on remote viewing by David Morehouse. This I think I've had for a really long time. I started reading it and then I stopped. And I need to get back into it. I don't even think I got past the introduction or the forward. But yeah, so I have that remote viewing. And I got some light reading too. Here's the Book of Knowledge in the case of Enoch. I was told in a reading that I am a keeper of the keys of Enoch, which I still need to explore. I do have in my Amazon list some books on Enochian magic. And I want to learn the Enochian alphabet. I know it's more of a high magic thing, so I don't know how far I'm going to go into it or if I'm supposed to. I don't know, but when you're told you are the keeper of the keys of Enoch, you need to get the book, The Keys of Enoch. So yeah, this is some light reading. I have no idea. But yeah, so that I got that one. So that's in my library. And then I have a couple spirituality books that I would like to get into. This is I kind of spiritually I tend to be closer to maybe Gnostic mysticism, something like that. I don't know. I'm still exploring that. I'm trying to figure out where I fit because I have been raised Christian. I was born LDS. I was raised in the LDS church, and so that's pretty much my conditioning, my framework. I don't have any religious trauma, so it's very deeply embedded into who I am as a human. But I know more now. And this is one of the books. My husband gave me this book. So, Inner Christianity, A Guide to Esoteric Tradition by Richard Smalley. Um, and I'm interested in looking at that. My husband loves this book, and he thought it'd be really good, a really good source of information for me. So I have that. I have to look at that. And then this is another one of my newer books. I haven't broke it open yet, but this one of the other YouTubers that I follow, Mystic in the Woods, I think, she was talking about this. So I do have this book by Megan Watterson, and I am intrigued. Again, this goes back to the Gnostic mysticism kind of aspect. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think the only book I have left is the one book that I've already showed you that has nothing to do with witchcraft, but it's how to work with this freaking brain that I have. And that's the How to ADHD by Jessica McCabe. She also has a YouTube channel called How to ADHD. So if anybody out there struggles with it, she's got a good channel. So, and she wrote this book. This just came out, I think, January. It just came out. Again, haven't cracked it yet, but I'm glad I have it, and it's part of my library. So yeah, that is the ADHD guide to the hopeful library. I have so much more, but those are the ones that I've added just in the last few months. I do have, excuse me, I don't know if I brought my phone in with me. Yes, I did. One moment, please. Let me grab behind the computer and get my phone. I have other books on Kindle. Let me see what we got, because these I also consider part of my library. I have books in Kindle and also in my iBooks. And so in Kindle, some of the books that I have, I'm just going to read them off. So my library. Let me see. Let's do recent. Okay. Okay. That's not helping. Um, I'm trying to use the filters here. Uh, all right, so I'm just gonna have to go through it. So I have one book I actually have read that's on my Kindle is Tarot for Business. That's a really great book. It's just a quick little ebook I really like. And then I have a book um to help me learn the Rider Waite. What's it called? What's it called? Bear with me. The Ultimate Guide to the Rider Waite Tarot by Johannes. It's not giving me the name. Oh, by Johannes Fiebig and Evelyn Berger. I'm probably killing those names, but I do have that to help me learn the Rider Waite. Now, I do not feel drawn to the Rider Waite, but I know if I want to learn tarot, that is the deck to help me learn tarot. So I do have that. Then I have a book called The Crystal Witch, and that is by why are you acting like this? The Crystal Witch, The Magical Way to Calm and Heal the Body, Mind, and Spirit. So it looks like that. So I got that one. And then I have Tree Magic. Now, some of these I've read parts of. I tend to use my books more as reference than actual like reading, uh, like I don't even know. My words are not coming to me. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:47 in the morning. So I have Tree Magic, The Path of Druids, Shamans, and Mystics by Iva Kanaz. I don't know much about that, but I've looked at it. Um, and then so many, so many, so many. I have Wicca Candle Magic, um, by Lisa Chamberlain, I think. I have um Sigil Witchery, um, by Laura Tempest Zackroft. That I've gone into. Some of these, like my ebook ones, I've actually looked into a little bit more than my hard copy books. And then I have a book on the Akashic Records. I have Tuning the Human Biofield, which is about tuning forks. I have like 2 or 3 sets of tuning forks down on the floor down there, which I really want to work into. I have the plating workbook. I do work with galactics. I have Opening to Light Language, Humanity's Evolution into Multi-Dimension Connection by Jamie Price. Um, I have that one. Which other ones? I have Herbalism for Witches. It's a 3-book set. Um, yeah, this is the boring part, me going through my phone and telling you what I have. It's 3 books in one. It's by Ruby Goldwyn, and it looks like this. So it looks like that. Herbalism for Witches. um, I have the Little Book of Earth Magic. I've gone into that. That is done by Sarah Bartlett. And then I have, let's see. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, guys. I have Moon Spells. I have the 3 books. I have Moon Spells, Moon Magic, and The Moon and You, all done by Diane Alquist. That I got those books from Ivy the Occultist. So thank you, Ivy. I'm learning, I want to learn more about moon magic. I have Jason Miller's Protection and Reversal Magic. I've gone into it a little bit. Haven't quite, um, read it through and through. I've just gone to a couple of the protection things because I need them. That I'm excited to have. And I also have, I think, outside of my crystal things, I have the Priestess Path also by Stacy DeMarco. I got this one as from Lennon Smith. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. And that one looks like, where's the cover? Where's the cover? Yeah, that one looks like that. The Priestess Path, 13 Powerful Lessons to Build Your Inner Strength by Stacy DeMarco. I'm looking forward to reading that as well. Crystal Prescriptions. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I have in my my Kindle. iBooks, I have a couple, but not many. Let's see what my library is. Collections, books. It's such an exciting video, isn't it? Just me looking at my phone. um uh, what's my library? Um, do I have anything? Well, I have Living on Purpose by Dan Millman. I do like his books. I have Saint Germain on Alchemy. Um, mm, 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 mm. Uh, uh, uh. The Subtle Body by Cindy Dale. That's a really good book for energy practitioners. Um, I have Tune In by Sonia Coquette, Arcturians by David Miller, The Essence of Buddhism by Trala Kayabgan. I'm choking that. Super Brain Yoga, Master Choko Koksui, Alchemy of Nine Dimensions. And I think those are the ones that I have other ones here, but those are the ones that I have recently purchased, and that noise was somebody in my side yard. It's probably a stray cat. Um but yeah, so that's my hope ADHD's guide to a hopeful library. That's the best thing that I can see. What is that? It might just be something on my camera, my outside camera. Yeah, so that is that. I hope it's not too boring. I hope it's exciting. All these books that I hope to read. Um, but yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of, my enthusiasm without having too much activity. But yeah, so those are my books. Wish me luck. I will dive into them as I see fit. And I do have others. I have a couple in my Amazon wish list. I have the Witch of Southern Lights book in my Amazon list. I have a couple other books that have been recommended by all you guys, and I'm hoping to add them here and here and there, here and there. So yeah, that's it. That's my video for this week. Uh, I'm yeah, that's it. It's 3:54 in the morning. My brain is completely shot at this point, but I wanted to get a video in for you guys. And if you like it, and if you have any ideas or thoughts about any of these books, let me know. If you've read them, let me know what your thoughts are. Are they worth reading? Are they garbage? Are they not? I know there's a couple in here that are really, really great books that I'm looking forward to reading, but there are some that I just pulled off of bookshelf and said, oh, that sounds cool. So yeah, if you have any opinions, any experiences, pop them down below. Let me know. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I would like to build up my channel. I know I don't have a schedule, and I know it's kind of hit and miss, and I do not edit. So if you're coming for, nicely cinematic, that's the word, nice cinematic videos, that's not me. I'm just a talking head. Oh, look what I did. Look, see this? Look. I started my apothecary. I'm very excited. I got my salts. I have my lots of different herbs up there. Just starting. Hopefully they will be all the way across eventually. And yeah, so yay me. Yay me. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys in the next one.